Hey guys, Rich here at RCINFORMER. Today we have the long-awaited maiden flight here of the FMS 3,000 millimeter Fox glider. Guys, this is one mammoth airplane. We have not had it out flying yet. This is the first time we're getting it out here, and I'm going to show you guys how it kind of goes together, a few things about it. If you haven't seen the unboxing video, take a look at that because I go into a lot of extreme detail on this and how everything goes together. This is a screwless, glueless, snap-together airplane. It's pretty phenomenal. If you watch that unboxing video, I show you how easy this tail goes on and off with just a spar. It's already connected, so it makes it easy for transport. You got a large glider, a small car, you want to get it there, you can do that by the tail easily coming on and off and locking. There's only two connections for your elevator and your rudder, and then your wings snap on too. And I'm actually going to show you guys all that stuff right here. Here's the massive, what is this, meter and a third carbon spar. It's pretty durable and pretty intense here. What I'm going to do actually first is flip this over and show you how this entire thing goes together. So I'm going to latch one wing on first, and then I'll flip it over and show you how it goes together. Steve, if you want to just kind of zoom right here, it's got these snap catches here that lock into these holes in the pins here. So I'll go ahead and put one of these on first. And of course you also have your single point connector. FMS is putting these really nice, I don't even know what you call them, but they're super nice connectors that just plug in your ailerons and your flaps all in one shot when you get this thing on here. So I'll go ahead and put this one on. I'll show you the other side. Let me get this on. You can see how kind of easy it is. You just watch for those catches to move to the outside. One of the nice things that I have finding I'm using all the time also is this FMS stand right here. They make the nicest locking ratchet kind of test stand and setup stand, and it lets you turn the model like this and really kind of work it well. So this is one of the nicest stands I've actually ever used, so it's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and get this side on. I'll start sliding this on, and I'll get Steve here on the camera. Steve, if you can kind of get in here, I'll slide this on, show you how easy this thing goes on here, and I'll try to keep my shadow out of it. But once this thing slides in, you have to wiggle the wing a little bit, and I'll try and do this so you can see it. As you wiggle it on, you'll see those two things pop to the outside. If they don't, just push them. But once they go to the outside, it's pretty much locked in place and really ready to go. The wind is kind of getting at it here now, though. And then the next thing really is the horizontal stabilizer. Same thing, guys, screwless, glueless. It has your servo connector here. I would check when you get yours, just make sure that those are tight. If not, I tighten them up with a hobby knife or something. And then you have this little pin catch mechanism that'll grab it. So you just line up these tracks. I'll see if I can do that. Let me get over here and see a little bit better. There we go. And once it's on those tracks, it slides nice. You just want to watch that pin. Just make sure it pops down into place and it's locked in place and it's all tabbed. That's it, guys. That's for assembling this out of the box, with the box, of course, with the addition of the tail. So really nice model all around. It is huge. It has wheels here, the tail. It also has wing wheels. We'll see how this thing does. I got them all spinning freely. You want to make sure they're popped into place because sometimes they kind of pop out a little bit. Just make sure they're tracking nice and they're spinning. So let's flip this over and we'll see how this thing does with the flaps, how it lands. We may need to add a little trim. We'll do that as we fly it. And what I'll do is got a real nice latch mechanism here. And Steve, if you want to get in on this, let me see if I can lift it up to you. What I did is for testing purposes, because I'm trying this out to get the CG right. Actually, I'm going to flip you the underside of the airplane real quick. See where my CG marks are? They're at about 90 millimeters back. The book says 90 to 95. I really don't know if that's going to work. It looks like it's a good place for it, but today is the day where we're going to find out how the CG's working. There were two battery straps on the original airplane. I added a third because it seemed like the 5006 cell. It needed to go a little bit farther forward to get that 90 millimeter CG. So I'm not sure if the 90 millimeter CG is correct, or if it really does go back here and it's actually a little farther back, but we're gonna find out today. So I got my telemetry module. You can see here I got my satellite receiver rigged up here, my main receiver right in there, and that's the setup. And you can see there's just tons and tons of space inside this plane. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the radio on. I'm gonna go full throttle on the throttle here to calibrate it, make sure it's calibrated, because again, this is the first time we're flying this thing today. I got my telemetry plugged in, because we're going to kind of keep an eye on that and see what it does today. Pull this out of here. We'll plug this in. This is my Hobby King telemetry. which for some reason they no longer make anymore because it is the coolest one around I've so far seen. There's a lot of, let me go ahead and calibrate this. There's a lot of receiver-based telemetry modules out there now, so you don't need a separate module, but this is a nice module. All right, and that all looks like that's in there. We'll get that prop straightened out. Let's get this level. I'll go ahead and turn my telemetry on right here. Let that boot up, and we'll attach our canopy. See how nice that thing goes on? It also comes with a separate pad. Actually, if you watch the unboxing video, there's a separate pad included with the plane, so you can unscrew this guy and put a new new pilot in there. So if you want to put somebody different in there, or take your girlfriend with you in the back seat or something like that. So anyway, also this should be pre-programmed with the throttle on the braking mode. So when you advance the throttle, the prop comes out. And when you bring your throttle back, it should lock, it should stop. Because you want the prop to stop and fold. Most planes up until now, you've never used that braking feature. But these folding props, they need that braking feature to stop them, and the wind should blow these back. Now mine are a little tight. I put a little oil on them just to get them loose. I'm hoping the wind is gonna blow that back, and then after some vibration of the engine, it'll loosen those up a little. So I didn't want to loosen them too much. We'll see what that does in flight. So I do have 3 rates set in on everything. And let's see if I can get this to the next mode. I want to make sure my ailerons are working correctly. I've got 3 different modes set in. I've got 125% in the ailerons, just in case we need a lot, 100%. And I've got 75 or 70% set in. Same thing with the elevator. Now the elevator, there's a lot of throw there, and I'm thinking we may need to dial back that that servo horn. So we'll see what it does in flight. But I've got 125, 170 set in. I'm thinking 70 is probably gonna be enough, but I don't know till I actually fly it. We'll kind of see what it does. So I've got triple rates set in to basically get and see what we need. And then of course the flaps. This plane's probably gonna need the flaps down to give it some drag to slow down, because it's not most gliders have spoilers or speed brakes or crow or something, which you can add to this. But when I drop all that flap, we'll see if it really even needs it or not to land, and we'll see how well it glides. And then if we have to, we'll land it if it really needs some. It may need some elevator to flap mixing with all that in there, but we'll see how it goes. So let me do, Steve, here a quick throttle check here. Yeah, baby, it's pulling. All right. All right, we all ready? All right, this is a hand launch here, guys, so we'll see how this works out. I'm gonna do it by myself. We'll see how that works out. Let me pick this thing up. I'm gonna unhitch this thing from myself here while I do this. So hopefully this doesn't cause too much danger. Steve, let's walk out here and we'll see what this thing does. Ooh, it's exciting. You ready? Yeah, it's windy. Actually, I think it's died a bit, but all right. All right, just doing one more quick check, making sure everything's doing what it's supposed to do. We checked all the linkages, everything looks real good. Steve, I'm gonna go with 1 setting of flaps, just to make sure it all gets up there. And you ready? No harm could come of this, possibly. Let's see. All right, here we go, guys. All right, we'll get this thing going. All right, ready?
Go. Takes off nice.
Right on up there, yep. The wind helped, but you know what? It took it right around. All right, I did put the flaps up. I just want to see how it's going to do. Just kind of flying around normally. Let me just get it trimmed here. First flight out here. Let me get a little right aileron in. It's rolling left just a little bit. Pitching up a bit. That's all right, I'm just getting trimmed. Let's see what it does. Actually, I like the full aileron in there. Yeah, I think it's definitely helpful to have full aileron in it. I got the power off.
CG look.
I think the CG is fine. It is a little pitchy, but you know what? I think it needs the extra movement. Let me go full elevator just to see what it does with 125. Oh, it goes right around. Yeah. So a lot of times I don't like to dial in stuff that I don't know what it's going to do yet. You know what I mean? So me see. I took my hands off the radio for a sec to put my strap on. Let's just see what it does. I got power off here. Does the prop look like it's folding? Yeah, it looks like it is.
Yep.
That's with a tailwind here, so let's see if we can bring it around this way. My telemetry's showing I've used 440 so far. Let's bring it down low, just glide it without any power. Oh, that's awesome going by, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me do a quick flap check while I'm up here. If I put flaps down, is it pitching up or no?
Not at all.
Not really. Now with power it does, but you know what? See, that's why you always test these out. You don't know if you need elevator to flap mixing. It all just depends on the airplane. Some are different, but this, they have full flaps, and look at, actually, you know what? It's nosing down with flaps, which is very weird. But hey, look at that. It's gliding real nice. Yeah, I may have to oil that prop or whatever, because when it's slow, you can see it's not folding well. But I've got the power off here, so let's get some power going. Hey, I like this thing. This is nice. Let's get the power off. See, when you got some speed going, that prop will fold.
Yep.
There you go. Just coming by nice and slow. Let's see how it does straight up, just to see what kind of power it has. It's a glider. It's not supposed to do power climbs and stuff. But hey, that's not bad right there. Let's let it fall. Oh, outstanding. Oh, that makes a howl, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can kick the rudder over. No, they're not doing anything there. All right, let's see. Let's drop it. Yeah, I put 125% in my aileron throw. Yeah, that's no power at all. No power. That seems to fly pretty good. We do have a substantial wind going up, but I tell you what, the wind isn't beating this plane around.
Not at all.
This glider likes to have that headwind for sure. So if you got a windy day, this might be your plane. Oh wow, yeah, it doesn't, no hardly any wing rock at all. Outstanding, look at that. Gotta watch you don't get kicked in the tail with that wind though. Yeah, let's see, let's bring it around. Let's go full flaps. Here, let's see what it's like in the landing phase. I got the power off. I've got full flaps. Just want to see what it's like on approach. Because you don't want to have any power because you can probably tear up that prop. Let's land it right out front here. A little hard not to like, but kind of hard to challenge the wind, but not bad. I'm keeping it level with the ailerons. Let's go ahead and get it in the air. I'll just launch it again, Steve. Okay. We've used, if you guys want to see, I don't know if you can get on that, I've used 921 milliamps so far out of a 5,000 pack. So I don't know, what's the timer say? Well, it doesn't matter because we talked a lot. So here, let's get it going. I'll put some flaps in again. You know what? With flaps, this airplane is actually nosing down a bit. The wind is kind of taking it on me. Also, when you walk around with this, see my throttle? I got my finger on the throttle. Yep. Because if you're doing this by yourself, you want to have that throttle covered because that prop's pretty close. Like I said, I think after flying this a few times, the prop will start to loosen up. Throttling up, throttling down, whatever. I think it'll loosen up and start folding a little bit better. But you ready, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Holy crap. I tell you what, it's not lacking for power. It'll go right on up there. All right, power off. Downwind glide. That's awesome. Tell you what, I'm gonna get it up there. I just gotta snap my strap on here real quick. Let's try some loops with it. Bad time for a phone call. That's all right, just keep filming. Phone call! Actually, I forgot to turn my ringer off too. You think you can get it? There you go. All right, excellent. All right, let me bring it around. Let's do flaps again with it. Yeah, it actually noses down a bit. I tell you what, I've got full elevator in there right now, the 125%, I can still kind of handle it decently. Ooh, let's do a slow flight with it into the wind. Let's try that. Oh, this is awesome. I mean, I'm digging this. Look at that bird. I think that vulture's coming after me. I think he sees that as a predator or something. All right, let's see. It might be. We'll see. I'm just going to bring it nice and slow. I don't want to get it too squirrely here. Oh, that goes to a crawl. Look at that. Look at that.
Yep.
Wow, that's absolutely a crawl. Fantastic. All right, full power straight up just to see what it'll do. Yeah, it'll get up there nicely. All right, flaps are up. Let's see, you got a message. Message from that caller. All right, let's see. Yeah, it'll fly inverted. Nice, look at that. Nice and smooth. I don't know if I want to do that gliding. Maybe if with some more practice, I can do that stuff, but let's turn it around with the power off. See what it does gliding. It glides pretty well for a heavy powered glider. I mean, it's a 6L 5,000 pack in there. It does pretty well. Not bad, not bad at all. I mean, I'm not a glider guy, so I don't really know how to comment on all that. But I've used 1600 up. All right, now let's do this. Let's take it up really, fairly high into the wind. Let me shut the power off. Let's see just how it does on a glide. I think over time, like I said, I think that prop will fold better when it loosens up. Like I said, I could oil it or WD-40 it. I'm just going to keep it power off. Let's see how long it'll stay kind of up there. I mean, like I said, I'm not a thermal guy. I've done some actually in a full-scale Grove motor glider. I've done a little gliding around, but it's not my thing. And then with model gliders, I don't really do much. See, I'm into the wind now, so it'll probably stay up there for quite some time. Let me turn it around. Again, power still off. Just letting it glide. I got a little drag from that prop sticking out too, so. But yeah, it'll lose some energy. I mean, it's not. I don't think these Fox power gliders are meant to be the best gliders in the world, but they glide pretty decently. So, yeah, that's not bad. Let's power it up. Come by on the downwind. Woo! Yeah, baby. You lost it there? Sorry.
Yeah, kind of some.
That's okay. Here, I'll come back here. Sorry about that. That's my bad. This is with flap. I tell you what, let's try this again. Let's take it up high again. Let me do the same thing this time. Same thing this time, but with flaps. Just get it up there a bit. I'm going to drop one setting of flaps. I have about 10 or 15 degrees of flaps in there. Let's just see if it glides any better or worse with flaps. Actually, it looks like it's hanging up there. Look at that. Look at that.
Yep.
Oh wow! Look at that. Oh shoot! Look at that. All right, I think I'm going backwards. Beep, 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 beep. Here, let's see. Holy smokes! Look at that, Steve.
Yep.
You think I can bring that down to a landing? Look at that. I mean, this is going forever.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. Like I said, me and Steve don't do gliders much, so we're not really sure. You know, exactly. I'd be afraid to turn tailwind. Let's try, because it could stall it out real quick. Let's see. I'll do a shallow turn with it. That's with flaps. I noticed that. Yeah, see, it's starting to drop a little bit there. I had a little power there. But with flaps, it does slow down to a crawl. Look at that. I'm not even. Okay, let's give it a little bit of power there. Yeah. But it has good characteristics. It doesn't do any weird stalling stuff. I mean, if you get it really slow, anything will stall. But geez, that's not bad. I mean, yes, it's windy, but. Rudder, put a little flap in again. Let's go full flaps again. I think they say this thing will fly for like 30 minutes or something. You know what, let me back it off on the power. I was just gonna climb with it, but let's see if I can get it. Yeah, it'll crawl with those flaps in there. Holy smokes. I'm amazed, Steve. I thought I was gonna really need some elevator to flat mixing that we were gonna have to put in this thing, but
Awesome.
That's just incredible. I mean, that's just fantastic. I mean, obviously it's the wind doing it. I mean, you know, we got all this wind to deal with, so I'm correcting mostly with rudder here. So I'm using a little bit of aileron, but let's take it up high again, since it is a glider and we're testing like glider stuff. I've used 2200 now so far. Let's get it up there. Power off with full flaps this time. Let's kind of see what it'll do. Look at that, it's just stationary almost. Here, let's see. Look at that, look at that. That's crazy. I'm correcting mostly with rudder because you don't want to get it into a stall spin thing. Yeah, it gets really slow like that. Now let's try that again. Let's back off here. That's crazy. If I could get it slowed enough, I might be able to just bring it down to a hover landing here. Let's, it's like right on the edge of. This is gusty here. I don't want to get it. You got to be just at the right. Now the CG may have to come back. Again, I'm not a glider guy. Running the CG back to a little more non-normal probably will make it glide a little bit better. But
Quite impressive for a glider.
it is. I mean, I tell you, for a powered glider, yeah. I mean, real glider guys, the guys that just do gliders, will probably hack on this plane a lot. But I mean, for what it is, it's not bad. All right, power off. Let me bring it down for a landing here again. See if I get another decent, or get a good landing out of it this time, maybe. Let's see, power's off. Give it a little bit more there. Oh, a little bit of the dust. All right, let's try it. Let's get it launched in the air again. Landed a little short. That's okay. There we go. What's our timer say there, Steve?
22 minutes.
Okay. All right, full flaps again. Let me just bring it landed out front this time, not in the tall weeds. Let's see here. Well, the flaps definitely provide enough drag to get it down. I was worried about maybe this plane gliding a little bit too much, but let's see. The wheels seem to work. You can steer. See, even with that, look at the airplane. The wind is blowing past it. With ailerons, I can correct it and keep it level. Let's see. Anyway, take a look at that timer. 27. I've used 27 out of 5,000 now. Are you good if we go again, Steve? Your arm's okay for it? Yeah, let's go again here. I like this thing. It's nice. It's very different. I tell you, the nice thing we discovered too is you can do this yourself. You don't need another guy out there to do this. Tell you what, let me get it up high. I want to hook my. Tell you what, let me do this. I want to do another landing with it. Hang on. Do another landing. Let's do full flaps again. Bring it down low. Get that nose down. Get some speed. Yeah, not bad at all. Very cool. I can keep the wings level. Let me go get it again and launch it. Someone's calling me now. I had to cancel my phone just now. It's okay, I'll get the phone. Got the kids over there yelling, what did it say to me? I'll call her right back. She's hot. I'll call her back. She's beautiful. All right, let's see. The other fox caller bee. All right. Let's see. Coming by downwind, power off. Yeah, sorry.
That's looking quick.
Yeah, it is pretty quick on the downwind, yeah. It'll kind of do a point roll. I tell you what, I can't believe I got an elevator of 125% in there. I'm just trying to do some unorthodox stuff with it here. Come by gliding, power off. Makes a little howl, doesn't it?
Yep. The wind goes by.
Let's see, let's get it up there a bit. I'm at 3,400, so it's probably almost time to bring it in here. Let me do this. Do just like a power dive with it here. Come right down at us. Yeah, that sounds great. Some of the planes I've seen videos of so far, it does look like a lot of them have, like the plane really makes a howl. Bring it on by, gliding again. Power off, just slow. Into the wind. I think that's it, Steve. Let's bring it on in. I think we've wrung it out enough for, not bad for a first flight. We beat it up a little bit here. It's very windy. I'll have to get it on a calmer day too, just like the rest of them. But all right, I got the flaps all the way down, full flaps. Coming in here, gliding. Let's see if I can. We got plenty of extra power. We got to go around or do another landing out of it. Okay, well, let me go around. See if I can get it closer to us. Let's try that. So I don't have to walk. Let's see. Got to manage your energy just right. Probably needs a little down, actually a little down elevator actually. There we go. Yeah, I'll take that, take that, take that, take that. Not bad. All right. Let's get the flaps up. All right, guys, that is it. First flight, Steve. Good job filming. We'll try and get this out here posted as quick as we can, but anyway, it looks like the plane flies real well. We'll try in different configurations. But again, the thing I wanted to point out is it did balance really well at that 90 millimeter that the factory, the wind is taking it, that the factory suggested right there. But in order to get that CG, as you can see right here, I had to go really far. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Since I'm doing this, let me unplug this thing. But as you can see, I put in a third strap. I may throw a picture here in the video, but I put a third strap right here so the battery would come way forward. The battery was intended to go here, but I put it right here, and that seemed to balance it well. Now, you glider guys and somebody else guys may want to make some comments about this. This plane may actually fly a lot better with the CG farther back. It may glide better. I just have to mess with that. And again, I'm not a glider guy normally, so I'll play around with some CG positions, and as Steve and I fly this, we'll probably throw up a video two or more of how well it does. But I tell you what, this is definitely an airplane for the wind. If you've got a windy condition, man, just like it is today, I mean, you can see the windsock out there and all the birds and stuff. But I'm impressed. I'm real happy with this. This is a nice plane. This is a plane I will probably take everywhere. I think this is FMS's largest plane at 3,000 millimeters. So, but what a spectacular performing airplane. No screws, no glues, guys. No glue at all, and you just get this thing together. So anyway, guys, once again, thanks for watching RC Informer. Steve, thanks for filming. And as always, guys, we will see you next time.